Welcome back. Today we're back on this '08 Liberty. Just gonna do a quick video, part 2 for the fix. If you remember, about a week ago we did the TIPM diagnostic. The no communication, no start, no codes. So we're gonna put the new one in and just show you guys the repair and the procedure. So let's get started. All right, so first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. It's already loose on this one here. You just want to take that negative terminal off to prevent any more damage to this vehicle and its electronics. Then you want to go over here to that B+ supply, to the fuse block here, and it's a 13mm. And it's tight. Holy moly, it's corroded, I bet. Okay, broke it loose. So like if you didn't disconnect that and you're over here and, you know, like I got a ring on, you know, that's not going to end good if you make contact. Or if you got your ratchet here and you're trying to loosen that and you ground it out on this body panel here, the fender, you're gonna see some sparks, possibly flames. So always be safe whenever you're dealing with anything electrical, modules, or any type of wiring, you know, like fuel pump, or I mean really just to be safe, anything. I could go on and on with the list, but if you're unsure, just disconnect that negative terminal. So I just took that nut off. This just comes right off. All right, so in order to get this up, you can see right there, it's on those metal brackets, and there's a little tab right there. You're gonna pull it in. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's one right there. That's not going to be easy to film, so I'll just explain it real quick. I'm just going to grab the tab on this side and the tab on this side, just kind of squeeze it together, and I'm going to pull this end up. And while that's kind of propped up, I'm going to go over there to that side and I'm going to do the same thing, and it'll pop right out. And it'll just come up like this with all the harnesses attached. You want to be careful. Like I said in the previous video, I don't like even moving these things because you never know if there's some crispy wire a mouse was chewing on, or for whatever reason it's crispy, or you pull one of those terminals and all of a sudden you've got all these other electrical issues that weren't part of the original problem, and you got to try to explain that to the customer or fix it. Extra time, extra money, so I like to avoid that. I go over here, that connector there. See if I can do this on camera. You should just be able to pop that up. I got this little pocket pry bar here. Usually there's like a little tab, and you just kind of like pop that up and it'll pop free. Actually right here you can see there is a little safety tab, I believe. Okay, I'm kind of at a better angle now, so I'm just gonna get this little pocket pry bar, pop that up, and then this should, I think there might be a little tab there. Really hard to do with one hand. I'll explain it. Okay, so I just got my little pocket pry bar and just kind of pried it up just a little bit, and it popped right off that tab. So then you can see this, you can pull it up. Now when doing that, you want to be careful. You don't want to break that, and also you don't want that to come out crooked or one side to come out. That type of connector it'll push itself out when you pull that tab up. So I'm gonna take it off, and then I'll be back. Really easy with two hands, just came right off. So you're gonna have another one over here, and then once we get those off, there'll be some on the bottom. So let me see here. Just once again, just get that down up in there, and it should just pop right up. See? So I went ahead and took off that green one there, and just be aware, that one came off a little tougher. It was kind of stuck in there just from crap over the years, just dirt and debris and heat and whatever else, moisture. But just be careful, wiggled it out. You don't want to damage the terminal. Okay, so just went one at a time. Most of those came off really easy. Here's the old one. So pretty straightforward. Just like what I'm gonna do here in a minute is I'm gonna go and look at those connectors and the wires going to them, and I'm gonna make sure nothing's crispy, nothing's corroded. We were dealing with a massive electrical issue, so not saying I was wrong on this TIPM call, but you always, you know, just double check things, just make sure, you know, down up in there where they're exposed to the elements, just make sure everything looks good, nothing feels loose or broken, because right now is the time to repair something like that. You got this out, take advantage of that. Okay, we got the new TIPM right here. There's the old one there. So just getting ready to install it. I'm gonna get my little drill with my wire brush, and I'm gonna clean off that battery cable there. Just make sure any contaminants or corrosion is off. Make sure it's clean before I put it back on, and I'm gonna do the same thing again. You can see I already polished the inside of there, but do it on both just to make sure we got some clean connections for our power supply. There you go, nice shiny clean surface, corrosion free. So I'm just gonna grab that TIPM and position it over here, and I'm gonna install those clips off camera. There's no point showing that, it's pretty straightforward. Just remember, when you're installing each of those clips, get them square, push them in by hand a little bit, and then you'll feel that lever start to close a little bit, and just kind of push with your hand on the connector and the lever and pull it into place, and it'll snap right in. So as you can see on this old one, see that yellow tab there? Well, there's two airbag fuses in there, and this is the IOD fuse. That's what powers that run start relay. You want to make sure that it's fully seated before you reconnect this battery cable or that ground cable. You can see this one's not, so we're going to push it down. So for whatever reason on this old one, you see how it seats all the way down? It goes all the way down. This one, the new one, it doesn't want to go in there. And it's starting to hail out here, guys, so out of nowhere, just super sunny a second ago and hail. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up quick. Okay, guys, I don't want this new TIPM to get wet. So we'll continue on this, trying to frantically shut this hood, and I mean, it's really coming down. Well, that was crazy. Just started torrential downpour out of nowhere. It was super sunny, and then hail, and then a whole bunch of rain for about 10 minutes. Yeah, water and electronics don't mix. So that's why I'm just wiping all this off. to prevent any corrosion. I mean, it makes a difference. Okay, so yeah, back at it. This airbag fuse, it doesn't want to seat all the way. I took it out. I took the other one out of the old one. The old one, it, you know, vice versa, it seats in the old one, but it doesn't want to seat in this one. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the prongs or what's going on, but I'm gonna take it out and look again. So sure enough, if you look down in there, I don't know if you can see, just look bottom right terminal. That prong is bent over, so that's why it's not allowing it to go all the way in. It's this is the new TIPM. Just all these quality parts we've been getting lately, so that's kind of frustrating. I hate to put anything in there and pry it over. So let me see what I can do, and we'll pop that in. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure how that happens, and if you guys can even see what I'm talking about. If you just look bottom right corner, imagine you're gonna push a fuse into there. You see that solid terminal there? I mean, there's no prong for it to go into. So, you know, and I tried to gently pry them over a little bit, and it's just not happening. I mean, I don't want to break those solder joints because that's all internal. That's not going into a connector or anything on the other side. I can't take it out and repin it or anything. I mean, hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that yellow fuse holder out of the picture. I'm going to take those 10 amp fuses out and just put them in there, wiggle them in there. There's not enough play if you got that fuse holder on there, because it holds it pretty rigid. You can't wiggle it around, but I'll be able to get them in there like this. Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna put them in there like that. This is for demonstration purposes for the video, just so we can get this car up and running and I can show you the fix. But I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna send it back, and I'm gonna warranty it out. It's unfortunate, it's kind of a pain in the ass too, but it is what it is. But it's a perfect example of don't force things. You know, if I would have tried to force that fuse holder into there, it would have broke something, more than likely. Yeah, more than likely it would have broke something, and then they would have been like, well, you broke it, you can't warranty it. As is now, I'm going to send it back and just tell them, fix this garbage, you know? It's very frustrating. I've noticed within the last few months, especially a couple years, but the last few months, I have just been getting nothing but garbage parts over and over again, and it's very frustrating when you have to do things twice because that new part you bought is garbage. So just don't force things, buy quality parts. So there they are. Kind of makes you wonder if maybe, well, I was gonna say maybe this TIPM was sent back because of that, but I doubt it. That's a manufacturing issue. Just garbage. All right, so next steps are just to close the TIPM cover. Well, we need to put that battery cable back on. We did the fuses. Close the cover, connect the battery negative, and close the hood for some reason. Not sure why it wants us to do that. And then you just want to put the ignition into the run position for 12 seconds. Turn it off. Turn it back on the on position, make sure everything's operating properly. All right, we got that snugged down. cleaned and snugged, and now we're going to do the battery terminal. Pretty self-explanatory, and then we will go in there and finish up. All right, everything hooked up. So it says, put the key in the ignition, turn it on for 12 seconds to the on position. Off. Back on, see if she starts. All right. Oh, look at that. No lights. Except for that one. So, if you remember though, we had a WCM, it's a wireless control module issue as well. So I'm gonna clear the codes. It says on the TIPM right on it, don't forget to clear the codes. So we're gonna clear the codes, and everything should be good, but that's a fix. Okay. Oh crap. Nope. Auto detect. I apologize for this glare, guys. All of a sudden decided to get super sunny out. So I'm just gonna do a full code scan. It may take a minute, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm not 100%, I can't remember, but I don't remember there being a airbag code. Remember those airbag fuses are the ones that would not go in due to the damaged pins from the factory. Very frustrating. So that might be damaged in there, even though I was very gentle. We're gonna erase everything and start it up. All right, there you go. You can see everything's cleared. It did clear, so that's a good sign. Start it up, and I'm expecting that oh boy, battery's low. See here, did I leave the key in there? Hopefully I did. Yep. Okay. All right, got the power pack on there. Let's see. Starts right up. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call that a fix. So as far as that WCM, if you guys remember, the door locks weren't working on the fob. So there you go. That TPMS light, it just happens to be on. That's just going to be an unrelated issue. I just rescanned it, and there's no codes in the WCM. That TPMS light is just telling you got low pressure, so better fill her up. And then, well, probably the sensors are bad. They always are. Unrelated though, so I'm happy with this. Customer's going to be happy. They can drive their car. They can start the car, drive it. They can unlock the doors, so we're good. Well, hopefully you guys like that video. If you want to see more content, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys next time.